Hello everyone. This is gonna be a little special because at a view like that I really don't want you to look at my face. That would be a little bit of waste, wouldn't it? So I thought that I'm gonna just show you the surroundings. I am in Iwami, and hopefully with the microphone you can actually hear me well because the wind is quite heavy, but I do my best. I try to speak up, I try to be a little bit more clear as well. So I am in Iwami, which probably tells something to those who like animes, especially one which is called Free, because that anime is actually set in Iwami, which in the anime it's actually called Iwatobi, but that doesn't make a big difference because the scenes are exactly as in the city. So you can actually find all the scenes that are drawn exactly as they are drawn in the city. So some of you might even recognize this one. I'm actually sitting above the Tajiri shrine on the Tajiri viewpoint, which is again for the animal lovers, it's just above Haru's house. So the characters also sit here a lot actually, and that's absolutely understandable if you just look at what they actually see from here. It's beautiful, and it's also a very nice experience even if you don't like animes, because on one hand Uradoma is the beach just there a little bit further down behind the port. That's Uradoma, and the beach is beautiful, and it's such a nice experience to meet very nice Japanese people, fishermen, those people who actually are not really tourist site Japanese. And also it's the rural Japan, which is a great experience to see. So that's about Iwami. I think it's worth coming here, and I think it's really worth looking at it, even if it's a little bit of trouble from both Kyoto and from Himeji. But if you have a little bit of time, you have a day or maybe two on your hand, then I recommend you do this, because look at this. Even if you don't watch animes, this is just amazing. And if you did watch the anime, it's just such a cringe, like, oh, this is where they were sitting, this is exactly it, this is it. So it's just an extra experience, but it's absolutely not just for that, I must say. So I was in Hiroshima before, and now I'm in Iwami, and I think that if you come to Iwami, you can also go to Tottori, which is the prefectural capital. So it's the main city in the prefecture, and it's also a very beautiful city, and there is a lot to do. So even if you don't set your base in Iwami, which I did, by the way, there is a guest house in further down, like a kilometer and a half from the beach. So it's a nice walk. I was actually walking here, which is not that bad, It's of course it's a little bit of walk, but it's not that bad. And it's a beautiful walk, I must say. And so the people are very nice, and it's quite cheap as well. But even if you decide to get your accommodation in Tottori, I think it's a half an hour train travel to Iwami, and it should really be on your list. In Tottori, by the way, you can see a lot of things. I think it's mostly known for its sand dunes, which is just next to the beach, and I actually don't plan to go there right now, but I will. In the future I definitely will. It's just right now it will probably not fit my schedule, but I definitely want to go there as well, because on pictures it seems really amazing. So I was in Hiroshima, and Hiroshima is also one thing that I had on my list, not for the old history, but for most recent history. And it is quite a culture shock to see, Americans walking basically where the bomb hit. Even if they are tourists and they have nothing to do with the war, but they might have had someone in their family who actually was in the war. They might even had someone who was flying and dropping the bomb. And to see them, it's very difficult to describe. It's a big cultural shock. And I think that also drives a little bit the people in Hiroshima, because even if they were very friendly, they were more distant than in Kyoto. And actually, some of them are not even that friendly. I got almost hit by an old lady who just decided that it would be fun to hit me because I was probably not walking fast enough on the, by the way, on the yard. So I wasn't even on the road or anything. I was walking on the yard. But when she saw me stepping on the walkway, then she basically speeded up and tried to hit me. And I don't think there is any reason to it. It might be that she was just, getting out of the bed with the wrong leg, or I don't know. Maybe she was just nervous in the morning. Maybe she got a quarrel with husband or grandkids or whatever. Or maybe she thought that I shouldn't be there. Maybe she thought that tourists shouldn't be there. I don't know. I don't want to guess. But it did happen, and I had to jump because she was aiming for my legs. Not fast, but fast enough to actually cause injury. And obviously she was trying to scare me. She was trying to use that power she has sitting behind the wheel and try to hit me, or at least scare me. But I don't know if she would have stopped, to be honest. And so I'm telling that not because I think all Japanese are. Definitely not. I think that was such an isolated case that I can't even, put it anywhere. It's completely contrast to everything I know and experienced about Japanese people. But I do want to say it because in Hiroshima, it kind of felt like this is, it's a little bit different city from Kyoto and from the rest of Japan. And I think, I don't know, but I think it's because of the history. In a way, it makes sense. So, nevertheless, I do suggest you go to Hiroshima because it is wonderful. It's a different experience. It's a very sad experience, but it is still a good experience to see it. And Miyajima is just, and there is nothing compared to that island. So it's you should definitely go there, even if you don't go to the Peace Memorial and you don't go to all the other things. That's all right, but go to Miyajima. So that's another different experience again. And climb on Mount Mizan. You're gonna hate me halfway up that I say that, and you probably will swear on my mother and all my ancestors that I suggested you to do so halfway up, because you're not gonna be feeling well, okay? it's a heavy climb. Even if you take the ropeway, it's still a heavy climb up. But when you go up and when you see the view, and especially if it's a clear view like what I have here now, then you're gonna bless my name that I said that you should go up to Mount Mizan. Take the ropeway, it's beautiful, and it helps a little bit, so you don't have to climb all the way up. It's not even that expensive. I think it's the round trip was 1,800 yen, so it's not even expensive. Go up, swear on me halfway up that I suggested you do so, but when you are up, just take the pictures and just be happy, because it is really, really beautiful. So what's coming up, I will actually chill out a little bit here. It's a different city, it's a different experience, obviously. So I'm gonna be chilling out for another day, and then I go to Kinosaki. And Kinosaki is an onsen. It has 7 different hot springs, and I will be staying at the ryokan, so I will have a little bit of time there as well to do a vlog. But probably I would try to sneak a camera in, but I cannot promise, because it's a hot spring, it's an onsen, there are rules in an onsen, so I probably will not be able to sneak in a camera, but we shall see. So that's coming up, and after that I actually go for a day to Himeji and then home. So this is really now the chill out part, but I am very happy that I booked it the way I did, because I think it's good to have a picture of the rural Japan. And the people here in Iwami are so extremely helpful. I don't speak much Japanese, they don't speak much English, but somehow we mutually put it together and we understand each other in the end. So don't miss that experience. Don't just go to the tourist cities, because you would really miss a gem out of Japan. Alright guys, talk to you soon, and enjoy your day.